Collin Morikawa, 1 under 69. Collin, how did the course play in terms of championship conditions today?
For a U.S. Open, comparing to my other few that I've played, I'd say pretty gettable. You know, we got lucky earlier this morning. No wind. It was up probably a little warmer, nicer weather. But yeah, you know, greens are receptive. You can kind of go out some flags, use some slopes, and overall, like I think in our group, you know, as you could play out through the entire round, there's a lot of birdie opportunities from hole 1 all the way through 18.
3 under on the front. Did you see that side as being that much more attackable?
No, I think this entire course kind of offers, depending on the wind. You know, if the wind changes a little bit from, you know, a south to southwest to a west, it completely changes the golf course and completely changes all these holes. So, you know, out here, you know, and knowing the wind's going to be changing throughout the week, you can't really focus on, you know, taking advantage of just the front 9. I think the holes are going to play so different come tomorrow and come the weekend.
Dan and then Cameron.
You talked yesterday or Tuesday or maybe Monday, I'm not sure what day it was, but you talked about not being so concerned with hitting one shot and just kind of playing what you got. How would you grade yourself on doing that today?
Poorly, because I pretty much only played a draw. But that was kind of the game plan. You know, I think when the shot calls for it, I think that's what I meant back then, and didn't really have to hit too many cuts. And when I didn't really pull them off. But for the most part, I think just being committed to the shot and knowing what my shot shape was today, and that's, you know, it's been really straight. It's been like that 2-yard little draw. So just knowing and thinking about how to play a shot like that versus, you know, normally aiming left and bringing it back to the hole.
Is it hard to trust because you've had so much success going the other way?
It's definitely hard, but I played a lot of golf last week and a lot of holes out on the golf course to try and be able to trust it. I mean, I haven't played a draw since, you know, maybe freshman year of college, definitely in high school, and it's different. You know, it's not the same trust, but this week I have to trust it because that's the only way I'm going to hit shots.
On your left.
How did you attack the 5th hole, the drivable par 4?
5th. Wind was down wind was straight down, so just rip driver. Hit it good, just didn't really cut enough to get in that front spot, put it in the front left bunker, and yeah, I mean, it's the way the wind's going, the way that pin and how soft the greens are, it's gettable. I mean, that hole's, especially the hole before on 4, everything kind of feeds to that hole. 5, I mean, guys are going to be hitting 3-wood. John hit 3-wood, I hit driver, and you're going to be right up there next to the green. So there are a couple holes like that where you do have to take advantage.
Back to your right.
Do you expect the course to get harder for the next 3 days? And if so, can you explain why?
Yeah, I mean, I never expect it to get easier. Look, we're at a U.S. Open, we're at a major championship. I think they're going to kind of base how today went, and even with, you know, how receptive everything was, you know, scores. No one's 7 under par right now. You know, it still is playing tough with all the winds and everything out here. Probably sustaining for the rest of the day. I think it'll only get tougher. Some pins are only going to get a little bit more tricky. But there's that balance, I think, out here with how fast and firm the greens can get, or else it'll kind of get away from us. And I don't think we want to see that.
Just given your practice rounds and today, it was 3 under, the best score out of the morning, about what you would have expected on a course like this? So far 3 under, I think it's 3.
Yeah. Through 9, I thought I was going to go a lot deeper than 3, I'll tell you that. No, yeah, I would have expected someone to shoot, you know, 4 or 5. Maybe we'll see it in the afternoon, someone, you know, playing really well. But, yeah, it's weird. I think I played really smart. I played to my strengths today, and, you know, 1 under was a pretty mediocre round. I'm happy with it based on how I've been playing. So to use that, you know, for the next few days is going to be key. But I definitely would have thought, you know, by now someone would have been a little bit lower.
We'll go to Lavner on your right.
It sounded like a pretty good grind last week. Can you just give us a sense of what that looked like, how many holes you were playing, what you were trying to find?
Yeah, played multiple days of 27 holes, which I never do. Hit more balls than I ever have, you know, in the hot Vegas heat. I just wanted to figure it out. You know, I wanted to come out here and have fun and have a good time. And with that comes a lot of practice and a lot of things to figure out. And sometimes you just got to be by yourself, get in your own zone, and figure it out. And that's, you know, what I hope to be on the right path for.
We'll go to Jaime on your left.
Collin, I know you haven't played a lot of U.S. Opens, but of the ones you've played, and it's early, how do you rank this course in terms of your affection for it or not liking it?
I love it. It's a course that I think fits my eye. I feel like when I show up to a course and I feel like I can birdie every hole, you know, not saying that every hole is going to be birdieable for the day, but, you know, depending on the weather, depending on the conditions, I think every hole out here I have a chance to at least make a birdie. it just kind of, suits my game a little bit more rather than, I've got to hit a perfect drive and I've got to hit a perfect forehand to stick it in the middle of the green. I get it. There's going to be a lot of courses like that, which doesn't mean I can't play well at. But when I have a few more mid irons to, kind of in my wheelhouse, they're nice to see sometimes as well.
Back to your right.
Collin, is there a point where you flip the switch from trying to figure it out and going back through old swings versus trusting what you have and going forward with that?
Yeah, that was last Thursday. I was still trying to figure out the cut. I mean, it was there for like 3 holes, and then it would disappear for 3. And I hit a point Thursday afternoon where I said, "This is stupid. Like, why try and fight it? Like I can still hit the golf ball. It's not like I'm not hitting it to where I want." Everything matched up, and it's just because I haven't played a draw in such a long time, or a 2-yard draw, that you do have to think about the shot a little bit more. You have to be a little bit more clear, but that's why I've got JJ, that's why I've got Rick here, and when we're on the course, just to really talk through things and make sure I'm making the right decision on how I'm going to play the shot.
Collin, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.